Now we'll begin Module 12, the training segment. We're going to start with working the reverse Japanese strangle with your training dummy, just to get the feel of locking it in, using that with the, with some gouges and some bites and tears. So we're going to first, rear hand's going to come around, lock the back from this angle. So around the back of your dummy's neck, coming up underneath, locking it, driving it in. Find the eye and hook the eye. Now, from here, we're kneeing and stomping, and just, biting, locking them in, squeezing, practice squeezing and holding them and driving, and getting your teeth in there, get a little nasty. Again, you don't have to go too crazy with this. Once you just kind of get the feel for it, know that you'll be locked in here, that these are here. It's not something you've got to train incessantly over and over and over again. Okay? But just just know it's there. And just by doing it even a handful of times, it's going to remind you to think like that when you're in this type of position. Okay, trying to keep your weight back, leaning him, pulling him forward, and then just driving those knees in. Finding the eye and taking the eye out. Locking the head in, pulling it out. So you got both the eye gouge and then that would be the reverse Japanese strangle with the bite. Again, you're going to find that with these methods, there's really not a lot of practice as far as technique goes, other than with some of the strangles and the dislocations. Most of this stuff and the stomps and things like that are just instinctive and convulsive, and they're meant to be. Once you kind of get the idea of how it feels to stomp a body on the ground, how it feels to grab and to choke and to squeeze, now you're going to just be training your tools to do those techniques, do those methods. So next we're just going to move into our Ranger chokehold. Grab the back of the head with the hand yoke, taking the front hand yoke, driving it up and squeezing for a count of 30. And off. All it is, gripping and squeezing. That's it. Driving those tips of those fingers right into the sides of the throat, squeezing in, bearing down. Make sure you're protecting your face and tucking your chin. Of course, you're going to be doing this with mix it up by just stomping and driving those knees in there. You're driving and he's taking ground, keeping it off balance. You fall on the floor. Doesn't matter. You're going to be like a pit bull. You're going to hold on to this thing, and you would have to, in order to make this work, one would have to continue to hold, continue to press. Okay, because when somebody would be, when you're attacked in the throat, the face, you're going to go into automatic panic. So you have to account for that, and you have to focus, and you're going to have to be a lot stronger than you think you are, unless your target would have been injured or distracted and disabled in some way. So as far as the quick kills from the front, that's really all one would need to do is just practice locking in the head, practice the grip, and the squeezing and the driving. There's more than that, other than the technique, there's not much to it, and there can't be. Okay, it has to be simple, has to be straightforward. Attacking the eyes, you can attack them in a variety of ways. Just make sure that head is locked. Okay, so there, you would have to lock the head so there would be no movement. Same thing with attacking the throat. Next, we're just going to do some grip training with the marble bag for grabbing the marble bag. Okay, a couple drills in addition to what you're already doing with some of the grip training from the earlier modules. So one, we're just going to snatch and grab the bag for 30 seconds. Just toss it, grip it. Again, nice, quick motor skills. Okay, a few sets of those, then going for just some isometric grabs. So you'll be reaching underneath and grabbing and squeezing. Again, driving the hand up vertically, moving in horizontally for the catch. Okay, and then grabbing from behind, same thing. So you just be holding the bag, gripping here. You can even have it on a hook, put it behind you. But all you need to train is just that instinctive grab. And then squeeze. Again, you would have to train this so you hang on like a pit bull. Just grip. That's it. I mean, that along with your normal grip training with the pool noodles, the dog toys, I mean, then your regular training, you know, when you grab hold of something, you're not going to let go. You know, so when you would be, you know, seizing the testicles and just getting a hold of it and just squeezing it and twisting it and pulling it out, but really just keep your hands on it and finish it. They'll go into shock, things will start shutting down. Okay. But you know, without a grip and without that vertical entry, it's going to be very difficult, especially if somebody, you know, wearing pants and jeans, you know, trying to get in there with an open hand it's going to decrease your chances. Plus, their natural instinct to close their legs is going to also not allow your flat, wide hand to come up in there. Okay, so that's pretty much. That would augment your current grip training. Next, we'll go to the boot stomping on the ground. Well, you don't know how to do something until you really do it. Most of the times, you see you finish him, you kick him when he's on the ground. But in order to really practice it, and again, you don't have to practice this that much, but you should get a feel for what it would be like to do these types of methods. First is going to be the heel of foot stomp, just driving it into the face, head, both feet. Again, a body moving around. Okay. Next would be that point of toe kick. So, if you would, let me just get my heavy bag, something with a little more weight to it. So you would drive the point of your toe into the technique. Okay. Next would be those axe type kicks. Just let me grab him. Just driving up. Okay, just to get used to the surface area. Other foot. Knee drops. Dropping. Loosening them up. A little tight. Other leg. Now, let's do a knee drop, foot stomp combination. You gripped up to your leg, you would stomp him and drive him in. Never clean. Sometimes, in fact, most times, you sacrifice what looks good for what's effective. Next, we'll move to our paratrooper stomp. So, we're jumping up. Very important to understand how the body feels, and how it's going to react to maintain your balance. Up. Last, we'll do the old Billy Batch drill. Okay. Yourself 30 seconds to start to go ballistic on your training dummy. Start maybe point kicks and stop. Now, if you do 5 rounds of those, each new round begin with one of the different techniques from above, it's going to be a heck of a workout. But other than that, for this type of stuff, you don't need too much more. In fact, you don't need any more. It's done. What else is there? But it's important that you train this stuff, because I've seen too many times martial artists finishing, throwing, getting somebody down there just going, stomping their foot and walking away without ever practicing, actually hitting a target. So that concludes the big boots, and we'll move now to strangles and neck dislocations. Okay, we'll start with the strangles and neck dislocations just by doing the opening techniques. So first we're just going to start with the edge of hand to the neck and just get used to, from this position, both hands chopping, working both sides. Hey, get over here and get slippery. Okay. Next will be that heel of hand to the top of the head and the chin. Other. Both sides then coming in for face gouge, grabbing the eyes, opening it up. Can start putting them together. So smack. Open them up, lock them in. Open them up, lock them in. Lock. Open, lock. Okay. Gouge them, open, lock. Open, lock. Again, keeping your face protected, down and away. using this forearm smash. Back the elbow. Should you hold on to your dummy before it goes flying. Locking open, locking them up, open, locking up. Now we're going to move to the standing position for opening techniques from the rear. Again, all these are going to be done, remember, with that rear hook. So just for now, you're just going to step up and hip check into your dummy. Doing them all simultaneously. Again, you notice that the hand coming around is delivering a blow with the choking part, the ridge part of the hand. Remember, this is going to give you enough time it's going to give you enough time to sink in your strangle. Next will be the rear knee to coccyx. Again, locking him in, driving the knee in. He's coming into a transition. And then last is just going to be that rear stomp to the back of the knee. Same entry as the knee. Okay, again, very concussive, very big impact. Both, every time you put your hands on your target, it's got to have an impact. Got to have an impact, got to cause some shock. In these, you're going to do 10 reps for 30 seconds and 30 seconds. So we're going to start with the rear strangle, right? Lock it in. After your time, come up to the chin, refix your grip, and finish. Again, if you're mending your metal pole, fix them. Okay, same thing with the Japanese strangle. Open him up, lock him in, drive it in, bring him back and settle him back. Keep your chin tucked. Ease out. I switch my grip to the dislocation. Lock him up. Okay. Also, we can do from the Japanese strangle to our prayer dislocation, locking him up, bring him in, and he doesn't look good, does he? Okay. And finally, guillotine from the front. Be locking him up. Bring him in. even from the standing position. Switching your grip across the chin and up. Let the weight hang. Again, there'd be no way you'd be able to practice that with a partner. Combination to give you the confidence and the feel of working with a real person is fine, but really to develop that full kinetic, really good squeezing power, you need to use the dummy for that. From this position, we're going to go into our collar strangle. So we open them up, we pull, and we drive. Again, just working the shirt, it's already on him. Working the shirt, already on him. Here. Next is going to be a circular strangle. So you pull them up, the dummy's going to be difficult to get your hand around. So as long as you just have the grip, so you can cheat, just putting your hand on the other side and locking it up. Just get used to snapping it, just used to traveling it around, gripping, and yoing. Do dummy on the ground, it'll be a little easier to do. And finally is going to be that sleeve wheel strangle. It's going to be locking, gripping. Right now I'm using it without a gi. So I'm just going to be hooking into my arm, driving in. So driving both hands in, squeezing in, keeping it tight. Again, that's really the only way to develop that power. Now we're going to work into some combination from the standing position, attacking from the rear. So we'll move in with that hip check, strangle. Again, when you're training with a partner, you'll be moving backwards with the dummy. You're just going to be working on that entry, pulling it backwards, and getting the power into your strangle as quickly as possible. So you would step in from a meter away. Again. Just we were practicing our entries, you would step, get that hip check and that contact, and then cranking them in. Next combination is that knee to coccyx to the rear Japanese strangle. Drop. Next combination will be that back of knee stomp, kidney punch to the rear. At the same time, we're going to come in with that, we're going to fit in for our rear strangle. So step. Attack, stomp. Now moving in simultaneously, smash, lock them in, fit in for your strangle. I like that one. And don't worry about being smooth, just worry about being effective. You know, I got a love-hate relationship with this base because, again, the changes in elevation force you to kind of not be distracted and focus on what you're doing. Okay. The next is going to be that guillotine. For here, if you had a partner, you'd be, you could be, entering, or you enter with a front kick, enter with a strike. But really just locking him in now. Knee. While you're strangling. Again, if you're working with a partner, you would just, open up with a front kick, open up with an edge of hand in the midsection. Anything to get them to bend over. Head snap. Lock them up. Finish accordingly. The last we'll do is that winding collar grab. So we're going to start with our grip. Headbutt. Again, training dummy. We'll just grip across the other side. Partner. It's going to be a little easier to smash him and bring him down. So, again, don't train the re-grip. Okay, even now, I'm just doing it with the dummy. With a partner, you're going to be keeping the grip as high as you can and winding the strangle around. This is just for practicing the impact and then the squeeze. So you grip. You're literally filling in the gaps that you would be with your training partner. You could put them shorter, sure. I just don't like pretending to get in fights with people smaller than me. Other than maybe my kids. Okay. So this concludes the training segment of Module 12, quick killing and finishing techniques. Practice hard. Good luck. Train honestly.